Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and today the crew and I are in Portland, Oregon. We're covering the Oregon Coast Economic Summit. My guest today is Washington State Representative Brian Blake. He's a Democrat from the 19th District in Grays Harbor. Brian, thank you for being here with us.
Welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You are a Washington person. What brings you down to Oregon to participate?
So today I'm here for the conference. It's Legislative Governance on the Columbia River. So many years ago, legislatures from around the western states realized that executives, governors of the various states had their communication, and they felt it was important that legislators also from the various states communicate. And so this was formed, and I've been on here for several years.
So as far as your constituents back home, what are your top priorities of what you want to accomplish here at this event?
Well, I want to be informed about issues surrounding the Columbia River. My district is right there at the mouth of the Columbia River, and so things that happen upstream affect us downstream.
Oh, yes.
You know, some of the topics that are important, the Columbia River Treaty is potentially being renegotiated. That will happen between the State Department and British Columbia, but there's a lot of elements of that treaty that are important in my district and for the state. I am chair of the Ag and Natural Resources Committee, and so what I learn here will help inform what I do in committee.
Well, Washington is one of the most agriculturally rich and profitable states in the whole country. So what are we trying to do to help our farmers in that respect?
Well, I think water's always an issue. I think if we could put a little bit more water to use in the Columbia Basin, I think we could add significant additional value in agriculture, jobs, and that just makes our ports busier, and so we're very much connected with Eastern Washington. So that's critical to me, that we work with our ag communities so they can expand production, that transportation on the river and rail and truck by trucking is made efficient, and it's critical that we access those markets on the Pacific Rim and keep things profitable.
You just finished up with one of the longer sessions that Washington's had. We almost had a state shutdown. And at the end of the day, things were done. How did you feel the session went overall from your perspective?
You know, I'm disappointed it went so long. I think we should have had the budget we finally adopted back in April. I could see it myself from a distance that that's where we were going to end up, and it's frustrating that we had to go to the last hour. It was literally 45 minutes, I think, before the shutdown that the governor signed the budget, and we should be able to do better and get our work done on time, and frankly, we're still not done. We have a capital budget to do, and I'm hopeful that will resolve itself quickly. That's about $4.2 billion of construction around the state, college buildings. School districts are waiting for us to pass that budget. It means investment in our parks, mental health facilities. It's a critical budget, and we must get that done soon.
What did you see as your greatest accomplishment this last session?
Oh, well, I think in the end, even though it took so long, I think the compromise we reached on education funding, we went into session having to solve that McClary court case. The court hasn't decided yet if we did, but I felt very good about the resolution on education funding, and I'm hopeful that it will stand the test of the courts.
And we just have time for one very quick question. Top priority for next session? It's coming right up.
Yeah, yes it is. I think the top priority will be focusing on economic development in rural Washington. I come from a mostly rural district, and we are facing some very difficult questions in the shellfish industry, our fishing industry in general, both commercial and sport. I think we've got to produce more fish at our hatcheries in a sustainable way, and big questions about marbled murrelet habitat and the logging industry and how we resolve that. So those are the kind of things I'll be focused on. Being from a rural district, and that's very natural resources dependent, so that'll be my focus.
Well, I wish you good luck with that. Thank you so much for being here on the set and taking your time when you're at the conference. This is Brian Blake. I'm Dana Cowley, and thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest.